Hello boaters, this is a video I've been wanting to do for a while, kind of a video to go with my cockpit video. This is going to be a video about things I've done to the outside of the boat. It's not going to be as long and drawn out as the cockpit video. Obviously there isn't as much to do. I'll start out showing the boat covered. This is a new cover I got. It's a Westland cover. It's a sunbrella fabric. And the reason I'm showing you this cover has been on the boat. I got this in early spring. It's been on the boat all summer. The boat's stored outside. The sun's been beating on it, and it hasn't faded at all. Previously, I had it's the same color in sharkskin material. It was also red, and it turned to a nice pink color rather quickly. Not that I've got anything against pink, but the boat's red, and the pink cover just didn't look very good. So let me. I'm going to go ahead and take the cover off and continue, and we'll get back to it. Okay, continuing on, some of the things I've done to the exterior of the boat were for cosmetic purposes. Some things were functional. So I'm going to go ahead and start at the stern of the boat here, and we'll go down, and you notice I have put smart tabs on my boat. They really help getting the boat to plane. It does ride a lot better. It kind of gets the stern a little higher out of the water than it normally would. I don't see any increase in any speed or anything, but it does ride better. And the big thing they do is help in low-speed tracking. I could almost ignore the steering wheel at idle speed, and the thing will track really straight. So they do help in that. And I'm satisfied. They're a really good investment, I think. Another thing I did, I had a few chunks out of the skeg when I bought the boat. I really just put this on for looks, and I've learned since you really shouldn't put it on there because the drill holes will weaken the rest of the skeg. I've never hit anything with it yet. I've had the boat for 7 years now, and so I guess a little bit of luck plays into that. So we'll continue up here, and anybody who's seen my channel has probably watched my swim platform video, this thing I made, so I'm not going to really get into that too much. The one thing that's nice about making the swim platform is you can do some things underneath. I put some LED lights, a couple strips under there. I was going to get a light for the drain plug, but the waters I boat in are really usually pretty murky and dirty, and I don't think you'd really see it. So I stuck some LEDs there, and they kind of glow underneath the swim platform. We're not out too much in the dark, and when we are, we're usually at a dock with some friends. So, but it's just kind of neat to have, and they were pretty cheap. Another thing I did underneath here, this is just a stainless steel gate handle you buy at Lowe's in the hardware section. The reason I put that on there is because we float out in our rafts and our chairs behind the boat when we're anchored, and we tie lines to the boat, and that was just kind of a no-brainer. I just hooked the lines onto this handle, and it's easy to find. It's in the center, so it kind of works out. Another thing I did, this is if you notice this little thing, it's shaped like a hook. I made that for my my cinch straps on my cover. I loop the ends of the cinch straps, and I pull them hard, and I loop them both around there, and it holds the cover on tight, holds the cinch straps, pulls them tight, and holds it together right there. So, like I said, it's kind of a little bit of advantage of making your own platform. You can add little things like that. So anyway, going up, we've got my speakers I put on. I did cover those a little bit in the on the cockpit video. One thing on the cockpit video that I said in error, I said the only speakers that were hooked to an amp were my 6x9s under the bench seats, and I was correct. Those are the only ones hooked to the amp in the cockpit, but these are also hooked to my amp. And these are switchable. I can turn them on or off. I've got some switches underneath the sun pad, which was also covered in my cockpit video. Looking here, this is an extended V plane, which every Chaparral member knows about. The only difference is this boat came with blue oval graphics, and I've got it right here. This was the one that came with the boat and was actually placed right here. It was blue oval, and when we put the name on the boat, I took this blue oval one and I actually repositioned it up where the carbon fiber one is now. It kind of bugged me though. These blue ones really didn't go with a boat that had red, black, and silver graphics. I found out in later years that Chaparral redid the graphics, and they went with this carbon fiber look, which was the colors were the same colors that my boat were. It was red, silver, and black colors. So I ordered this from Cecil Marine. They happen to have some left, and I ordered it, got it in the mail, and stuck it on there. It was no big deal, but I think it looks better than the blue ovals. Also, in addition to that, there were, and I stuck this one on, it was still a little sticky, there were blue ovals on the side here, and this says, of course, says 210 SS. I removed these, and I found these 210 graphics on Great Lakes Skipper. Let me go to the side here. You can see it's kind of a raised graphic. It's really nice. Now, Great Lakes Skipper did have 210 SSI graphics that were red and black, but of course this is a 210 SS, and I didn't want to mislabel the boat. So this 210, luckily a lot of boat manufacturers make 210s. This 210 is actually a Sea Ray graphic, so it's off of a Sea Ray 210 that Great Lakes Skipper had. So I went ahead and bought a couple of them. I put one on each side, and I think they look good. They don't, of course, they don't have the SS, but you know, it is what it is. Also, on the back of the boat, the previous owner, on the Chaparral lettering here, of course, the bird up here is a large plastic emblem. After about a year of owning the boat, I noticed that the plastic emblem on the port side was missing the tail feathers, but there was about that much of it gone. So I took them both off. I took both the plastic bird emblems off, and I found these stickers, and these are the same stickers that I have on my boat trailer, only in a smaller scale. I found these on eBay. What's nice about these, and of course you notice the one on the boat trailer has a bottom circle. Well, it wasn't going to work putting it above the lettering, so I just took the bottom circle off, left the top one. It kind of looks like a sunset or something. I left that on there, and I went ahead and put these on. Now what I like about these, and I mentioned this on my trailer video, they face opposite directions. The left one is also facing forward. The old Chaparral plastic emblem, the left bird was facing to the rear. He's facing aft. So these both face forward, and I kind of like that. And you notice my trailer ones are the same way. Both the birds are facing forward. So I kind of like that better. And if you're wondering about the one bird head I had left, the one from the right side, he is on my glove box. I just trying to figure out what to do with it. I stuck it on here as a whim. It's just glued on, a couple of dots of glue. It hasn't come off really. And at first I thought it was a little tacky, but I guess I'm used to it now. So it is what it is. While I'm in the interior, I'm going to show you a few other things I've done in the interior since I've done the cockpit video. I have added stainless steel grab handles on each side in the rear here. I had the vinyl ones, and I like these better because what I do for my cover, I put the pole between the seats here, and I wrap a rope around it, and I hook the rope onto each side of the, I hooked the rope onto the grab handles, and it was kind of scuffing up the vinyl ones. They weren't doing very well with the rope. It was wearing them down, so I put stainless steel ones on, and I think they're going to work a lot better. The other thing I did, I go back here, my foam my sun pad foam, as everybody's usually does. It was coming off. I found this. It's a rubber mat that looks like diamond plate. It's kind of sagging in a few places. I just screwed it on. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave it, but I like the way it looks. I like the idea. It's just my installation isn't very good. I may try to correct it. I may find something else. But I also used it in my on the bottom of my ski lid door. And I also used it in the back under my storage doors. You can see that. Back up a little bit. There. These I glued on, so that worked out fine. I just had extra, trying to figure out where to use it. So I think that's the only other things I've done to the interior since my last video. So let me get back down off the boat here. One other thing about the LEDs, they're controlled by this switch here. This is where the factory radio remote was. It was all ate up. It wasn't any good, and the hole was huge, so I needed one of these to cover it up. This switch turns on the LEDs. I also put LEDs under here, and you can't really see them very good during the bright sunlight. But these LEDs really light up the integrated swim platform really nice. They just kind of put a little glow down on that, and at the same time, these come on. They put a little glow in the water. So it's kind of nice. That's kind of a little bit of a cross between looks and functionality, I guess. Also back here, I forgot to add, I added, this is a transducer for my factory depth sounder. The transducer came with the boat, was a through hull, and it's right on top of a bunk, and I think from years of loading, unloading the boat, the bunk wore it out. So I had to put this one on, and this works great. It does what I needed to do. So I turn these lights off. Also back here on the panel, the boat did not come with a tilt switch, so I put one on, put it back down, and it didn't come with a transit mounted one. So, and I like to have one because I'm out of the boat a lot on the driveway and here in the yard, and it beats climbing into the boat having to raise the thing. Also, you notice my prop isn't on. I store this outdoors in a storage yard, and you know, the prop, they're so easy to take off, so I put it on and take it off before I store the boat. It's just don't want any thieves to see it and come and take it. I mean, this is a gated lot, but still, you never know. Also, I use two different props depending on my load. If I have up to 4 people, I have a larger prop that I run. Anything more than 4 people, I have a smaller prop I run. They're very similar, but there's a slight difference in them, and they do. It does make a difference running a smaller prop with a heavier load when I have more than 4 people on the boat. So really, that's about it. Exterior of the Somersaults 210 SS. Like I said, there isn't as much to talk about on the exterior. So we'll get her covered up and be back out on the water this weekend. So everybody in boating land, safe boating.